Hi, this is Jamey with Stonemeyer Games, and I am here today to talk about my favorite game mechanism in Dead Last. Dead Last is a new large group game. It plays up to 12 players, I believe. And in it, you're just trying to accumulate some points. And points are the way you win the game and end the game. But the main core of the game is a prisoner's dilemma game, which is one of my favorite dilemmas. You are basically, every round you're selecting a card from hand that represents one of the other players, and you're playing it, and basically that means that you're going to shoot that player, and everybody reveals those cards, and whoever gets shot the most is the one, or whoever's targeted the most is the one that is eliminated, and everyone who isn't in the majority also is eliminated. So you're trying to be in the majority, and then usually if it ends up being two people at the end, then there's a little prisoner's dilemma like throwdown at the end where there's a different choice that you make that I won't go into here. But the mechanism that I really love about this game is the majority mechanism and what ends up happening because of the majority mechanism. So, like I said, the majority of the people are the ones who decide who's going to get eliminated. And if you're not in the majority, then you're either probably going to be eliminated, you're either going to be targeted, or you're going to be eliminated simply because you weren't in the majority. And there's one, if you think you're going to be the one who is targeted by the most people, you can play an ambush card that lets you survive and lets you take out one of the majority of people who have targeted you, which is a nice twist in there. So you can't just always say out loud, hey everybody, let's target the blue player, because then the blue player might play their ambush card and they might stay alive and eliminate you for saying that. And this is where this game has this weird thing that I haven't seen in another game, and I haven't even heard reviewers talk about it, so it may just be my group. But because of this whole majority thing, there is a lot of furtive eye contact that happens in this game, because you often you find yourself like looking across the table at your friend, and maybe you'll both like kind of glance at the person to their left. And I haven't seen that in any other game where that you're making direct eye contact with someone. Because how often does that happen unless you're really good at doing that? I hardly ever look someone directly in the eyes. And B, that you're communicating so much with your eyes. I mean, it's this totally immersive act that kind of both cast a sideways glance at the yellow player or the blue player or the pink player and throw them under the bus. And you're hoping that player doesn't see you making that eye contact. And sometimes there's even like a three-way eye contact where you do that with some person and then your eyes roam to the other person and you're making contact with them all of a sudden and you need to point them in some direction or follow their lead in some other direction. It's the weirdest thing, but it's also a lot of fun when that happens, when you have that direct connection with people and when you're communicating in that way. And I think it comes back to that majority mechanism. Where you don't necessarily want to say it out loud, but you want to find yourself in the majority. So we've had a lot of fun with this game. I don't know if it's the best like large group game on the market. I'm not here to judge that. I guess to a certain extent, you don't always really feel very much in control in this game, and I like it. I like that. I like having agency in games when I feel control over my fate. But you do have control over your decisions. There's no randomness there. You're always choosing what you want to choose. And there's a lot of weird eye contact along the way. I'm curious if you played this game and you had that same experience where you make a lot of furtive eye contact and eye gestures, or if you've played other games where you end up making a lot of eye contact. That's kind of my focus of this video, that idea of having this direct eye contact and communicating with your eyes, which to me is very different from other games. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments about that. Thanks.